Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're back here with Pokemon Tempest with episode 14. Well, time to get that 6th gym badge from, well, Toby's self-insert, the Bird Keeper. Shall we? I'm actually kind of curious to see how this battle's going to go, but as long as we got some rocks and some electricity, I think we'll be fine. So, shall we fly? Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's go. Let's begin the fight. Let's fly. There we go.
Hey Pokemon Masters! Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Tempest. In the last episode we saw a lot of new Pokemon and hopefully your team has grown and leveled up a bunch. You'd hope so, because in today's episode we're going to find ourselves taking the cable cars across the cliffside village to a town known as Nest Pine City, or simply The Nest. And as you're flying out there, you see a flock of Corvidae flying in the sky, soaring past, as well as what seems to be a new Pokemon that you can't quite make out in the distance.
What is that?
Maybe you'll get to see what that is a little bit later. Thankfully, the sky is clear up here and nothing could ruin your ride.
Don't jinx it.
You can see half of Solympia, just no problem. As you disembark, you're told that there's a small cave path here that leads you out to the main part of the nest. In this cave, you'll find some Cerebats as well as 2 brand new Pokemon to see the theme for this sky-high episode. The first Pokemon is Harrapin, a flying poison type Pokemon, and it's said to be a baby of the sky. Their home is spoken of as being above the clouds, and their poison feather tips require a special kind of antidote should you be pierced with one to cure. This small Pokemon is just the beginning of its evolutionary line and signals a bit of what's to come. Next up is the Pokemon Meteon, the evolution of a Pokemon that you haven't actually met yet. That's right, this is a middle stage evolution appearing before the pre-evolution. What we can see is that it's a Fire Rock type, and its pre-evolution is entirely different. It is the Atmosphere Pokemon, and it is said that once Comice has done enough rotations of Solympia, they will settle in the mountainsides as balls of fire. Its evolution change is known for dramatically changing typings. However, it's unknown if this Pokemon can be found on the other mountaintops of Solympia. I wonder if we'll get to see what Comice looks like soon. A few more Pokemon to join your team that might be useful as you come out onto the cliff edge town that is the Nest. The people who live up here are some of the most fearless Pokemon trainers in the world, living so high up. The gym is also a stadium surrounded by some artsy looking spikes, but the ceiling is capable of opening up and being an open air stadium. Well, hello there, Pokemon champion.
Hey Herman.
How was your flight over? Aren't the cable cars of Solympia absolutely fantastic? We're working on having another set to connect us to Atheran City, but alas, we'll have to wait for supplies to come in from the other regions. You know, I heard about a Team Snooze and their plan to build a hotel down in Castletown.
They're doing about it all wrong.
More people traveling in from all over the world. Recently, I met a young trainer who I just didn't see eye to eye with.
Let me guess,
She
Cass?
came away from Trickletown and was angry about them. I understand people can be clumsy and destructive when they find something new and exciting, but also they bring such wonderful stories and experiences, technologies and aid. I think this may be one of my last gym battles, champion. Soon I'll take to the skies and see what's beyond the horizon. It's finally time to soar high, but first, let's see how ready I really am to take on what's out there.
Good luck.
Gym battle, begin.
Bring it on.
Go, Harrapin!
Right, you.
This guy's not messing around. You know, I really like his style, and he's got a very comforting voice about him. And what do you know? Herman has chosen to send out Harrapin. It's possible that you have one of these yourself, but knowing that this was likely a flying type gym, hopefully you bought an electric type like Gopher or Tyclone, or a rock type like Hermite's Evolution or the Snebel line, which at this point will have fully evolved into Balboa. Ice Pokemon have not been so easy to come across in your journey. In fact, you might have noticed this, but so far in this journey, you haven't encountered a single one of them. I wonder why that is. But it should just
they're usually up in the mountains.
A little bit more challenging.
Come on. Yes.
Oh, you beat my Harrapin. Okay, no problem.
Cool.
Fury Pin, you're up.
Oh, whoa.
This is Harrapin's evolution, Fury Pin, the Sky Knight Pokemon. Questioning its reckless actions as a Harrapin, it's taken on a lot more responsibility. As a Knight of the Sky, it protects its children, and while it does have access to that deadly poison, it tries as much as it can not to use poison attacks, preferring to engage opponents in honorable combat. It's still a flying poison type though, and perhaps if you train your Harrapin enough, yours will evolve too.
Try come up! Yes!
Another one falls from the skies. Zolossus, let's go! A battle here between Zolossus and Tyclone would be very cool, but thanks to Zolossus having the Delta Stream ability, you'd really be in for a challenge with that, as it starts blowing you away with Hurricane. Oh, but that's just the beginning. Me and my flock have this. Go, Spook Hoot!
Spook Hoot?
Whoa, a new
hello?
regional evolution of Hoot Hoot. It's Spook Hoot, a flying dark type Pokemon, known simply as the Nocturnal Pokemon. They cannot be found in the wild, but if you caught a Hoot Hoot and evolved it here at night, it would become this Pokemon, able to stretch its shiny claws and engulf its opponents. It has traded flight for fright. Legitimately, that's what the Pokedex says. Anyway, Spook Hoot is a fearsome opponent, and as you can't exploit its usual weaknesses of bug or fighting on the dark end, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. But at this stage in the game, I believe in you.
Hit him!
Oh, you're winning! Fine, take to the skies, my final Pokemon. Go, Griffoon!
Griffoon?
It's been a long battle, but there's still one more new Pokemon.
Fairy, that's the one.
This is Griffoon, the Sky Protector Pokemon, and this was the Pokemon that you saw earlier while you were on the cable cars.
Oh!
In a flock of Harrapin, there is always one of these Pokemon. Ancient warriors would ride them through the skies. This Griffin Pokemon is an important part of Solympia's ecology. It's said that when there's a tempest, these Pokemon are able to bend the air currents, keeping Solympia in the eye of the storm and completely safe. If these Pokemon were to completely disappear from the island, people think that Solympia would be in great danger. It's a flying type Pokemon with a lot of bulk and a lot of speed, so do not underestimate it.
Come on! Yes!
Wow, what can I say? You truly are a Pokemon champion. You know, they call me the trainer that rides on the wind. So many people see the Tempest as destructive, and others see them as protective to the island. But I don't think they're good or bad. They're just the movement of the wind. And what you make of that, well, that's up to you. Here, take this coin as a commemoration of your abilities.
Yes! The Flight Coin. Thank you.
Now,
6 down, 2 to go.
The rest of the Pokemon League, both of the other gyms in Solympia are on the eastern side of the island. And luckily for you, the Great Bridge of Solympia runs behind the mountains, and you can take a shortcut through the ice path to your next gym. Or you can, now with the HM for Fly, travel anywhere across the island and sail from Rumbletown. The choice is yours. Oh, and before I forget, I have one more thing to say to you, Pokemon Master.
That being? Wait. Me? Us? What?
Yes, to you. Who else would I be talking to? I hope you've been enjoying your adventure through Olympia so far. Wherever you go, and whether the adventure is good or bad, or whether you enjoy it or not, so much of what's happening is about the energy you bring. So wherever you go next, bring with you what you want and leave behind what you don't. Just something I wanted to say. I just feel like soaring away now, and I'm sure we'll meet again one day. Soar high, Pokemon Masters.
See ya.
And to take over from Herman for just a little moment, it's Birdkeeper Toby here saying thank you so much for watching this.
Well, there we go. That's 6. And sounds like Cass is really starting to fall down the dark hole. Which is, well, you know, she's the only one that saves Olympia, which is never a good idea. Oh boy. Anyway, so that's about it for this episode of Tempest. I'll see you guys next time, where we hop down the ice path and probably get our next badge, but we'll see. Anywho, I'll see you next time. Adios.